Well, we've been a little bit distracted across the summer with the Euros, but a little check of my calendar tells me it's 23 days until the EFL season starts, which means the transfer window is currently in full swing. Let's have a bit of a check-in on the business being done by clubs in the EFL Championship. And I'm going to try and put forward some of the deals that I think are the most interesting, eye-catching so far. Now, if I know you lot, you only want to talk about the deals that have been made by your club. So feel free to let me know in the comments what you think the best deal your club has done so far. And for some bonus points, let me know the best deal that a rival club has done and a player that you might have quite liked at your club that has gone elsewhere. Let's dig into this. And the first transfer I've picked out has really got tongues wagging when I retweeted it and asked Coventry fans and Sheffield United fans what did they think of Callum O'Hare going from Coventry to Sheffield United. Obviously, the contract had expired. He's gone on a free. Well, the debate was raging, let's just say. A lot of Coventry fans were saying, oh, we got promised the earth, and he's ended up going on a free to Sheffield United when maybe he thought a Premier League move was in the offing. It's going to be really, really fascinating. I really like O'Hare, so potentially the Blades have got themselves a really good player. I do buy the argument that has he flattered to deceive at times and he's had injury problems. Is this now the season where O'Hare steps up? He's at a year one parachute club. Can he deliver? Let me know in the comments. I certainly know that one has got tongues wagging for sure. And there is Chris Willock, ladies and gentlemen, in a Cardiff City shirt. Do you remember the good old days when Mark Warburton was QPR manager? And I used to come on this channel and say if he got Chair and Willock on the pitch at the same time and they are combining, there's nobody better. And Willock, I thought, was a fantastic player at times at QPR. And just, I don't know what has happened. It's just gone off a cliff. QPR have let him go. Cardiff have taken the gamble. One question to you. Can Chris Willock get anywhere near his peak at QPR? I'm sure the Rangers fans will say no after the last couple of seasons. The Cardiff fans will have their fingers crossed because if he does, what a pickup that could be. But it's a big if, isn't it? There is Macaulay Langstaff. I love these type of signings where you take the hot striker from the lower divisions, try him out in the Championship. He's gone to Millwall. If anyone knows the lower divisions, it's Neil Harris because he's been there literally with Gillingham and Cambridge in recent times. Langstaff has scored 42 and 29 goals in the last two seasons with Notts County. Simple question to you. Can he make the step up? Remember Ipswich taking James Norwood, who was in a similar place. I hope he does better than James Norwood did. Put it that way. And he's up at Championship level. Let me know your thoughts on Macaulay Langstaff with Neil Harris at Millwall. This one feels a bit of a boring one, but I wanted to put it in, A, because it's a bit of a guarantee, and B, because I think it shows you what Leeds are doing. I think it shows you what Leeds should do. Joe Rodon into Leeds. Look, if you're a Leeds fan, would you have rather built over a decade with Archie Gray or with Joe Rodon? Of course, you'd rather build with Archie Gray. What do Leeds need right now? They need Joe Rodon, don't they? He was there on loan last season. Decent fee drop from a Premier League club, obviously, to bring Rodon back. And if this is what Leeds are going to do, they're going to try and keep things as stable and as similar to last season as they can. And now cashed in on Kamara, the other midfielder as well. A little bit of surgery. I think this type of deal, as in keeping stability and, you know, taking the good things from last season and replacing them, I think that's what Leeds need to do. And I think if they do it and they can ride out from where they were for the majority of last season, then does bode well for Leeds maybe repeating, bettering, being close to 90 points once again. Let me know your thoughts on Rodon returning to Leeds. And there is Victor Johansson. That's not a Rotherham scarf. That's a Stoke City scarf. Now, I'm sure all you guys, when we've done our Championship 11s, and you're trying to pick a player from, maybe you can only pick one player per team if you obey my rules, put it that way. A lot of people would have chucked Victor Johansson, the Rotherham keeper, in goal, wouldn't they? And I think he served a great apprenticeship at Rotherham. yes, without wishing to patronise or demean Rotherham, you face a lot of shots when you're the Rotherham keeper. You get some practice. He's been tremendous. I'm really interested to see now what can Victor Johansson do at a, quote, bigger club in Stoke. Maybe a club that might face less shots. In theory, it looks like a slam dunk, home run, experienced Championship keeper that knows the league. How will Victor Johansson adjust from the New York to the Bet365? I like it. There is Ebou Adams, who is now a permanent Derby County player. And I like this story a lot because Adams has worked his way up through the English pyramid. He got to Forest Green. I think he might have been promoted with them, possibly. I don't know my exact timelines there. Did he get promoted into League One with Forest Green? I can't quite remember. But then he had a horrible injury after the big move at Cardiff. I think it was Steve Morrison that brought him in. By the time he was fit again, I think Cardiff had about another 8 managers by then. And Adams' chance at the second tier, and if you're in the second tier, you're only one away from the big leagues in the Premier League, seemed to have gone. Back down on loan to Derby last season, where I am informed he was pretty important in getting their promotion over the line in League One. He's gone there permanently. I like the story. Can Adams make a go of it? Second time around at Championship level with the Rams at Derby County. Let me know your thoughts. And I'm going to be a bit childish with this one because that's Lucas Pires, who is a Brazilian fullback who I know nothing about other than he's just signed for Burnley and he's a Brazilian fullback. And I grew up on Roberto Carlos and Cafu. And just the idea that someone goes, I think it's Santos or something as well in Brazil, comes into Burnley. That's the world we live in now, with Burnley being a parachute team and the funds that they have got. What I will say is if you do your research, when Scott Parker was at Bournemouth, the breakout player was the left back. It was Jordan Zaruma, wasn't it? Who had a brilliant season there under Scott Parker. So let's see if Lucas Pires can light up the Championship, a Brazilian left back into Burnley. They had Coutinho last time they did it. So they're channeling the team of company a couple of seasons ago. And there is Fally Mayulu, a 22-year-old French striker who's in for a quite chunky fee, we understand, at Bristol City. Is this to play with Tommy Conway or a preemptive strike to replace Tommy Conway? I don't know, but it's great fun. He's got good goal-scoring record in the Austrian Bundesliga, although a few cup goals in there, padding that double figures total out for the season in all competitions. I think it's good fun, isn't it? And it's nice to see Bristol City after a few years of austerity, let's just say, and sorting out the finances, starting to be the interesting recruiters that they used to be. We used to have them alongside Brentford as the best, and let's hope Fally Mayulu can be the start of a rebirth there. Look, this is Olaf Kobacki, and this could be absolutely nothing, or it could be absolutely brilliant. It could be the Moneyball signing of all time at Sheffield Wednesday here. Young Polish second-tier winger with a good goal-scoring record. I think his side got promoted in the Polish second tier. Look, we could be sat here at Christmas and nothing happened and he hasn't got a game and he's not up to English football. Or Danny Roll, everything he touches at the moment seems to turn good, doesn't it? I wonder if Olaf, and maybe I'm choosing Olaf as well because my daughter likes to watch Frozen a lot. Olaf Kobacki, could this be a real fun Moneyball signing at Sheffield Wednesday? Finally, I thought we'd get another of the League One picks in there. Pompey and Josh Murphy. Look, we know Josh Murphy very well in the Championship, and he's played for Norwich, Cardiff, Preston, Oxford, and now Pompey. So that'll be 5 Championship clubs. Just find it interesting that the man of the match in the playoff final for Oxford then moves to the team that won League One last season immediately on promotion. Does that tell us which of these promoted League One clubs is going to be the most competitive? And I don't know, it's a familiar face. It's a bit of fun. Josh Murphy in there as well. Those are some top transfers, some interesting ones that have pricked my attention. Let me know again in the comments, who do you think the best deal your club has done so far? And best deal a rival club has done? Who has transferred elsewhere who you might have liked at your club? We'll keep looking at the Championship transfers in this way up until the window. Let me know if you want me to do a Premier League edition of this video too, and get the debate going on yours and other clubs' transfers this window.